Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for Alphabet Antics. Today I'm going to go over some fun crafts, activities, and rhymes to do with the letter M to teach your child the alphabet. So on a few fun crafts for the letter M is making a moose craft. Okay, this is very simple. There again, it reinforces the letter M by cutting out a big M. And then you will trace your child's hands, and those will become the antlers of the moose. Now you can do two of these if you want. You can do your own hand and have a mommy moose, and then that would be a mommy and me moose. And you'd have a lot of fun with the moose. Another fun craft when I think of the M is a monkey craft. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how to make a nice monkey mask for your child. Different options to make that. So this one we're going to have them finger paint. If you can buy finger paint, or I'll tell you how to make some easy finger paints. But it's very important at this young age. Finger painting has a lot of value. It gives them the sense of touch, because they learn with the sense of touch, and it's just soothing. Some children will find it really soothing to finger paint. It gives them motor skills, and it's also just a lot of fun. So you can bring this out on a day when you want to relax and have a calm afternoon. So if you don't want to buy finger paints, I made these finger paints. They're very easy to make. All I did is take about a half a cup of flour and a cup of warm water, and I took it on the stove in a pan and I stirred it up for a while just to try and get some of the lumps out. And then I took it off the stove and added just a pinch of salt to kind of preserve it. Once it cooled, I divided it up into bags and I added my food coloring, and that also you can then smooth out any lumps this way, and you can make it any consistency that you want. But that would make a nice finger paint for your child. So they'll finger paint their monkey on the paper plates, and you'd have to dry this overnight because it takes a long time for finger paint to dry. But once you've dried it overnight, you can add the ears and cut out the center. Very young children will like this monkey mask because they can put their whole head there and they can look in the mirror and pretend to be a monkey and have a lot of fun being a monkey for the day. If you wanted to do further crafts, you can cut out a monkey face and glue those on the plates, but I think they'd really like the monkey mask. So that's another craft with the letter M. And my last suggestion for the letter M is I always think of the moon, and there's lots of moon crafts you can do with your child. But this one is another one that kind of helps them with their sensory feeling and touch. I made a moon by just cutting out a circle. I used some dark construction paper, and then I made some puffy paint. And this is very fun to make. It's very, very easy. You just take equal parts of liquid glue and shaving cream. And you don't really have to measure it out, you just eyeball it. It's hard to measure out shaving cream. And then I mixed it up to about this kind of a consistency. It's like foamy, but yet you'll know that it actually will glue onto the plate, onto the picture, I mean. So now if you have a paintbrush, especially one with a big handle, they can paint the moon. If not, you can sponge it on, and it'll really be puffy the first day, but by the next day, I did this yesterday, by the next day the puffiness will go down, but it'll still have a nice texture for them to feel the moon. So those are a few crafts for the letter M. Okay, so now that we've made our craft, we can do some rhymes with the letter M. And of course, I always think of my 3 little monkeys. You can do 5, you can do 2, the younger they are, probably the less you want to do, but we'll do 3 today. So you're going to do 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mother called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. And now we do 2, and you can count out 1, 2 on their fingers. Here we go. 2 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. And now we have 1 little monkey jumping on the bed. He fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. So that's a great rhyme. They love learning that one, and they're so proud of it when they get some of the hand motions down. Another monkey song is Monkey See. So here, let's try this one. Monkey see, monkey do. Monkey moves just like who. Now we can do it again, and we can add in their child's name. Monkey see, monkey do. Monkey moves just like Johnny. Or monkey moves just like Mommy. And then do different movements when you sing this song. Maybe they're going to shake their hands, or clap their hands, or turn around. So you can have a lot of fun doing all sorts of movements with that song. Now I'll think of a rhyme about the moon. So we did our moon crafts. So now we're going to march on the moon. So you're going to have your child march. Marching on the moon, marching on the moon, moving to the music, we're marching on the moon. And I always like to incorporate learning the word stop in songs. So we're going to try that today. We're going to march and we march and we march, and then we stop. March and we march and we march and we stop. And you can continue doing that. Tiptoes and big steps and little steps, but it teaches them a very important word that we all want them to learn, and that's the word stop. So those are a few of my rhymes for the letter M. Thank you for joining me. Okay, and moving on to the letter N. I thought we'd start this time with a few rhymes with the letter N. So we're going to point to their nose in this one. Here we go. N is for Nick, Nick, nose. Nick, Nick, nose. Nick, Nick, nose. N is for Nick, Nick, nose. Nick, 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 nose. And then point to the nails on their fingers. N is for Nick, Nick, nail. Nick, Nick, nails. Nick, Nick, nails. N is for Nick, Nick, nails. Nick, 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 nails. Maybe you can move on to a nest. Help them make a nest, a simple nest. Here we go. N is for Nick, Nick, nest. Nick, Nick, nest. Nick, Nick, nest. You can continue singing that song with all sorts of words that you find that begin with the letter N. So we can do another song for the letter N, and I'm thinking of numbers for the letter N. So here's a number song. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, a big fat hen. So that is a numbers song. So speaking of a numbers song, I was going to show you a numbers craft. This one is very simple. You're just going to take and cut out a big letter N, and you'll print some numbers down here, and maybe do 1 circle, 2 circles, 3 circles. You can have lots of fun doing all sorts of numbers there. And of course, the library has lots of books that deal with numbers, teaching numbers. This is just a simple board book, teaching numbers, count 3 cherries, and so on. So always incorporate reading. Another simple craft is I just drew a big white narwhal for the letter N, and we glued it to the paper. And then if you have some watercolors, they can paint. They love painting at this age. And it's the process, it's not the end product. So they can paint, 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 and make a pretty ocean scene. If you don't have watercolors, you can use markers or crayons and have a lot of fun with that. The last one is just making a nest, thinking of a bird's nest. So here, if you collect some scrap paper, you can cut the scrap paper up, let them actually tear it and rip it into strips for their project. They like to rip. It's another coordination task for them. And then you're just going to glue them on and make a nest, add some eggs, and now you have your nest. So I hope you have a fun time learning the letter N.